Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop right there. This channel is not intended for kids under the age of 13. So if you're under the age of 13, please leave. Don't need anybody getting in trouble around here. Come on back when you are 13. Or when YouTube decides that it's actually okay for family-friendly content to be seen by all. So yeah. You're still watching, aren't you? Turn it off. Turn it off now. Parents, where are you? Do your job.
Hey everybody, Arthur here with another unboxing video. Today we have Marvel Legends series, X-Men, Havoc, and Polaris 2-pack. And this is a 2-pack that I was super stoked to obtain. Huge shout out to my boy Tony, as I don't think I would have gotten a hold of this if it wasn't for him. And what sort of blows my mind right now is I'm looking at this figure. Definitely reminds me of those 90s trading cards that we used to collect. It does have the 80 years mark on here, but one thing that bothers me a lot is the fact that it says X-Men right there. I don't know if they did that to help sell the figures, but this is straight up X Factor. And the main reason I wanted this set is definitely both of them look amazing, but Havoc being in that type of costume was a huge selling point for me. Now, this package does have the top like so. Now, both sides of the box have the same images showing off Marvel's Polaris and Havoc. And look at that Havoc effect that's going on right there. Pretty cool images. I'm pretty sure they took those straight from the actual trading cards from back in the 90s. The back of the box is just full of nostalgia. It's got the 80 years logo. And we do have a little bit of a read-up. If you'd like to pause it, you can. Then we get the Havoc bio right there, straight up from the trading card. If you want to read that, go ahead and pause it and check that out. We also get the full card of Polaris, and then we have her stats as well. And I used to love getting these cards and comparing them with the other friends' cards who had the more powerful mutant and all that stuff, and it's just cool to actually see these again. And I still have some of these cards, just not a lot of them. Out of the package, this set of figures is stunning. It's done so much right, but there is still some wrong. But this set of figures looks fantastic. And let's go ahead and dive into them individually, and we'll start with Havoc first. Before I dive into Havoc, I gotta show off the effect pieces we get with these figures. And here we have them. We have the yellow bubbly effect with the green bubbly effect. These are effects that we've seen so many times. I love this green though. So many times. And this is not a Havoc effect. I'm sorry. This is not how Havoc's powers look at all. Take all the bubbles off and just have some rings and stuff. Be pretty cool. Or they could have repurposed these. They could use the same sculpt and just like maybe turned the little bubbles into like pieces, like he's projecting like shards or something from his blast. But these, I'm just getting sick of this rehash, reuse bullshit. Here we have Havoc up close and he looks great. I love the head sculpt, his baby blue eyes, his hair. And one thing that's great about the hair is it is sculpted and washed. So therefore, we get a lot of detail in that head sculpt. It is pretty freaking cool. I like it. I like it a lot. And when we're looking on the back, we do get some dry brushing right here. A little bit extra on the back of the collar, and the yellow zipper is sloppy as well. It's just when they start doing this dry brushing, it gets very sloppy, and I don't get it. Like, maybe it's what they're trying to do? Give it a comic style? I don't know. I just think it's just sloppy, but the blue does at least continue down the front of his jacket. Get that nice X right there. That thing is clean as can be. But nobody's hand painting that. That's sort of like a, not a sticker, but you know, one of those little pre-designed, you just put it on there. Zippers again are just sloppy. He does have a X on his chest, sort of, and that thing is a little bit all over the place. Yeah. Luckily, we have a jacket over it because it's just not solid. Like it's sort of fuzzy where the paint edges are. Then we get into the yellow around is I guess the jacket's pretty nice right there. It's a little sloppy, but the biggest monstrosity that we have these forearms, and these forearms are disgusting. Look at how small his hand is. His hand and his wrist, that he's having the same issues we got with that 2-pack Colossus that I have still yet to review, which I got through the Colossus and Juggernaut pack. Colossus had the same issues. They could have gave him a glove piece to cover this up or just make him have bigger hands. I don't get it. I mean, once you put an effect on there, I'm sure it'll block it a little bit, but this is just nasty. There's no glove cuff whatsoever. That bugs the crap out of me, and that's like one of the biggest things about this figure that really bothers me. I mean, I wanted this type of Havoc, and they go and mess up his hands. It's like, come on, are we from Scary Movie 2? Got my small hand. Like, it's ridiculous. Then we get to his legs. Legs are fine, but you would think that they would have learned from his brother. And I hate these separate loose pieces right here. I think this is the most hideous design ever, where the stuff can just fall down. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't know if anybody likes the fact that they have these loose pieces. If you enjoy these loose pieces, please comment down below and let me know if you're one of those fans that love having to pull up the weird little belt straps around your characters and figures' legs because they just keep falling down. Please, if you're one of those fans that love that, please comment down below. And if you're not a fan, let me hear who else gets bothered by it. Let's go ahead and dive into his articulation. Now his head can angle down that far, giving him a little bit of a hunch neck. He can look up that far, but you got that gappage, so you got to really worry about the angle or else you're going to see that. And then his head comes down. We get attitude with him, plenty of that, and his head can probably do 360 completely all the way around if it wasn't for his retro collars. If you angle it up, I'm sure you can get it over those collars, but is it really that important? He does have some nice articulation in the arms. And when I say nice, mine was actually loose. So that's not really nice. He does the full arm rotation, but you can see this takes no effort whatsoever. This side clicks up. This side does not. But we do get the bicep swivel. We get this double jointed elbow, which looks crazy because it's all this crinkled up jacket. And then we get the wrist rotation and the pivot, which just, look at that. It looks just nasty. It's a tiny little wrist on a giant forearm. He does have ab crunch in here that doesn't really work because the jacket prevents it. So you get a little bit of motion like that. He does have waist rotation, and his splits can go this far. He can do a Spartan kick. He has a thigh cut. He's got the double jointed knees that every legend really has. He's got the calf cut and ankle bend and pivot and these loose, stupid things. So Havoc has your typical Marvel Legends style articulation. Now we have an up close look at Polaris, and her face sculpt looks awesome. I love it. I love the glossy metallic green lipstick, the eyeshadow, the eyes. It is amazing looking figure. Her hair is crazy retro, and this is sort of like that comic book shading they're doing. I saw it on the new thing that I'm not getting from the Fantastic Four wave. They just glob it with no sense of lighting. It's got glob here and a glob on top that globs over to the front. It's like I don't get their decision for the painting and stuff like that, but that's what we deal with. The neck, yellow on paint could be a little bit thicker around the neck for sure, because you can sort of see some of the skin tone peeking through. It's hard to pick it up on camera. And then we get two-tone yellows. Like right here is a different yellow than this, and that can be picked up on camera. I can actually see that. We get this loose belt, which is all right. And then we get these cuffs that are loose, but these feel snug. They're not horribly out of whack like what's on Havoc. And then we get some little booty ones down here that are pretty tight. But what we get here on her feet are, we got some nasty looking paint to plastic, and it's nasty because it's right where the bend is. So, you know, when you bend it down, yeah, I'm showing articulation. It's just, look at that. The paint just looks gross. Looks gross. Now, articulation wise, her head, she can look down like that, making it look like her hair is a fireball. And then going up, it's not going to go up at all because the hair hits the back. And yeah, that's sort of a, you know, I guess it is what it is. She can look left and right. She has some attitude in there with that big, you know, soul glow hair. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And she does, you can't, there you go, you can see it. She is a victim of lollipop syndrome. And it looks like they even painted the freaking, what the heck? Why would they paint the freaking neck joint? You guys could, oh, it wasn't there. You guys see that little part on the neck? I'm going to try to bring it in closer. This aggravates me. Look at that paint. It scraped at the paint just because I bent her neck. Way to go, Hasbro. Way to go. So the neck paint is definitely a bummer. She's got the X. That's pretty solid. Articulation, her arm can go up. Pretty much do full 360. She's got the single jointed elbow, the pivot at the elbow, rotating hand. Those hands, those are like some gummy fingers, and wrist bend and rotation. So all the typical female Marvel Legends style articulation. We got this ab part up here that moves better than when I reviewed Boom Boom. So you get some good posing out of that because she can actually lean forward quite a bit and lean back quite a bit. At least they painted it up all the way. She has no waist swivel whatsoever, and splits are this far. She's got the thigh cut. She can actually do a pretty high kick, double jointed knees, and she has the ankle bend and the pivot that we get. I mean, it's typical Marvel Legends, but we don't have no boot cut down here, the calf cut or anything like that. But that is Polaris, and she does come with a pair of fists. So instead of her having her jazz hands, you can pretty much equip her with some fist hands, depending on, you know, what you want to do. And I mean, they're just tiny little fisty hands. These figures do look great side by side, and I had to use my Quan Chi's figure skull for her other hand. I just could not have another bubble effect up on these figures. I don't like the effects at all. And we have a pile of them. If you've been collecting Marvel Legends for a couple years, you should still have a stack of these. And I'm not a fan of them whatsoever. And I wish they were being more accurate with their effect powers and being a little bit more creative. I understand it's creating new molds and things like that. But if they're trying to push these higher dollar prices for their figures, they're going to have to step up their game. They are doing it in sculpts and stuff like that. And some of their figures that are coming out are looking fantastic. But Hasbro, I know, is going to be pushing. Like, I really feel like you're going to be looking at $25 Legends. Easily. Because we're ridiculous enough to buy them. But if that's the case and they're going to do that, they need to step up their game instead of giving us this rehashed garbage. You know, those effects are trash. I can't stand them. I'm going to have to go out and get some third party or somebody made effects, or find somebody that made correct hands that don't look freakishly tiny on Havoc. But don't get me wrong. So I know I've been giving this set a lot of flack, but I do like this set. It's going to be great. It is a X Factor set. It's leading the way for X Factor figures, and it's awesome because I grew up with X Factor, X Force, and X-Men, and Jim Lee, and Rob Liefeld, even though I can't stand his art because that's a whole different story. But the fact is, we got Havoc the way we wanted him. It's almost perfect. And then we got a Polaris, which, you know, it's not bad. It's just, it's plain. You know, the most that's unique about this figure is her head sculpt and hair. The rest is just some blah, you know, probably slightly tweaked body that we've already gotten before. But overall, if you're an X Factor fan, you know, I think it's a must-have grab if you can get it. And I would say if you can find it where it's on sale or something like that, or that grab bag deal that GameStop has here and there, that's definitely worth it. But I don't even know if this, I don't even think the set was at GameStop at all. So the grab bag thing, either way, if you can find it on clearance of some sort, it's awesome. But if you're like me and you can't wait because X-Men, X Factor, X-Force figures are usually, you know, gobbled up, and, you know, some of them become rare, you know, especially when you're dealing with like 2-packs, 3-packs, stuff like that, then you're going to pay full retail and you're going to get this. And it's, again, it's not horrible. It's not 100% perfect, but it's still a good set of figures. But that sums up my unboxing review of Marvel Legends 80 Years X Factor 2-pack. If you guys like what you saw, hit that thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button as I'm pumping out content as quickly as I can. And make sure you hit that bell notification so you know when I post up a new video. And if you guys have picked up this set yourself, let me know what you think about it. Comment down below. Did you like the set? What didn't you like about it? Like, I want to see some conversation going at the bottom. And I want you guys to make sure you check out Toyco Toys and Collectibles. You got the website down below with the promo code just for you guys for free shipping on anything that you purchase through the website. And it'll get delivered to you for free. You got the Facebook groups to Toyco. You got the community. Interact with fellow like-minded collectors. And then you also have the pre-order group, which is awesome. Just stomps the competition when it comes to pricing. And I can't say it enough. Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, Megalopolis has nothing on Toyco. That's all I can say. And I want you guys to check out Plastic Cannibals. If you're looking for a nice, tight-knit community, go into Facebook, search Plastic Cannibals. There's 3 questions. Come on in. Let's talk about figures. You can collect figures. You can collect Hot Wheels, Matchbox. I don't care. If you're a collector of toys and things like that, and you want to interact with other like-minded collectors, come on in. Join on in. So I want you guys to have the best luck hunting. Keep on collecting. Have a beautiful day.